When I was a student, I was studying with a composer who had many, many different kinds of composers. Everyone from Jacob Druckmann to Phil Glass had studied with Persichetti, and I studied with him for about 10 years. Before I got to school, I was also playing jazz and studied with a wonderful jazz pianist, Roland Hanna, who used to play with Charles Mingus and Thad Jones, Mel Lewis. My current projects include a commission for the Boston Symphony for a piano concerto for Garrick Olson. And then following that, I have a Koussevitzky Library of Congress commission for a work for violin and piano. I have taught students from different backgrounds because my background is somewhat varied. So I've had students who are in the jazz department, and a couple of them have gone on to become very well known. Then I've had students in film scoring, but concert composition is what I tend to focus on the most. Part of my job is to help the students really focus on how to write for instruments and do it idiomatically. I try to give them the tools to write their music as well as possible rather than try to impose any kind of aesthetic ideas of my own. The way I tend to work with people is to read through the piece at the piano and make sure that everything is going to speak and everything's going to sound. And I often make specific suggestions about orchestration, sometimes about harmonic things, rhythmic things. I encourage people as much as possible to get their music played by musicians, unless of course if they're electronic composers it's different. But if they're writing for acoustic instruments, the best lesson of all is hearing it played by good musicians back to them so that they can really assess what they're doing. I have developed a relationship with an orchestra that has been recording a number of students, so that's very exciting for them because then they can actually have an opportunity to hear an orchestral piece not played by a student orchestra but by more experienced players, which is really useful for every kind of thing you can imagine, whether it's applying for grants or maybe a graduate's program that you're interested in. The composition program at NYU is very diverse. There's so many different kinds of students coming with different backgrounds and different interests. It offers classes and it offers mentors in lots of different areas. And students can find their way and seek out the professors who are really involved in the kind of things they want to do.